It's just like fucking like a bad commercial. Do 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 do. Doesn't make me fired up to run out on the field. Should have fucking better walk music for us. God damn it. We've been fucking holding this network together.
Yeah. Without us, Skype would be fucked.
Yep. Oh, I thought, well, Skype and the YouTube channel.
Yeah, well.
Oh, yeah, well, that is a Skype thing, though.
Well, it's all a Skype thing, and your complaint is with Skype, and we're on Patreon right now, not YouTube, so.
Okay. And I also have complaints with the YouTube, quite a few. It's like since the 8-track, we haven't had to have a song interrupted like this before. Like he shouldn't. Like I don't mind them doing their ads. That's how they get revenue, but not in the middle of a fucking song. That's just kind of cunty. It's like, hey, you guys listening to a jam? Hey, let me jump in here and mention Applebee's. I'm sure they'll get.
Are you talking about ads in the middle of what you're watching on YouTube?
Like YouTube, like if I'm listening to music on YouTube and then it'll mid-song, it'll fucking bounce into.
Yeah, that's
not only just ad. Sometimes it's like an infomercial ad.
I don't think. Fuck. Hang on.
But that's like so many fucking things. It's like little fucking annoyances. It's just like that's what I find like if I I don't bounce out of it. I'm just within one little annoyance after another, trying to cancel a credit card, get this thing or whatever, and you fucking you just bounce around doing fucking.
You're getting old, Andy?
No, it's it's just
old
just
man yells at cloud.
Yeah.
Well, do kids have the same? I mean, kids don't give a fuck.
Here's the thing.
You still waste time all day long.
Here's the thing, Andy. I think that the YouTube thing you're complaining about, ads in the middle of content, I believe that is artist controlled, and I think, and I'll check. I'll check on this, and I'll have Shaylee help me. I believe that for issues with Andy, that our settings are such that ads will only play at the beginning. And they will not play in the middle of content. So if that happens, that's because the person you're listening to is allowing it to happen on their YouTube channel. So your argument is with them. They could lessen the amount of money they make from YouTube by not allowing ads to break the middle of their content, but they have chosen not to do that.
Feels like Roger Waters has enough going on without me calling him up to go, hey man, what the
I'm
real
not saying
annoying.
You gotta call him up. I'm just saying that it's not a testament to the way society is now, or the bullshit about this. It's literally within the control of the person whose art you're consuming, whether or not that happens. So if it does happen, your beef is with them,
or Roger Waters' management,
or their management.
I like picturing Andy in the middle of a Sunday Todd Snyder concert, and he has to listen to a Geico commercial in the middle while Todd Snyder's talking about abolishing the suburbs. Now all of a sudden it's fucking Geico. Hey,
you've been listening, huh? Yeah,
I have.
About abolishing the suburbs.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't do them during that, but I don't think there's ever a time where like one of those ads where I like climb down off of the ladder, find my phone to bump it off that ad where I'm going to go, yeah, I think I want to get that product or service. It just fucking sent me down the ladder going, you fucking cunts, not in the middle of a song. Oh, what's your company again? Yeah, I'm going to call you up and fucking get that service. Sure. It's like
we got to get you set up with some good fucking Pandora or Spotify.
But then again, if you eliminate all the annoyances in life, then what happens? You just go around like, oh, I'm happy.
We also benefit from those annoyances, Andy, because we have, we have ad insertion on our YouTube.
We don't benefit that much, though, Shaylee, and you know that. We don't make more than.
But he's railing against something. Then why don't we just have it be for free? Then why don't we just not have any ads on our thing at all?
Yeah. Well, it isn't even that.
He's complaining about it.
No, when I'm complaining about
he's complaining about what happens in the middle of a song. He's listening to his Leonard Skinner "Give Me Three Steps," and halfway through fucking cutting a rug down in a place called Chug, all of a sudden it's hi, I'm Paul Sherman for Sherman's Mattress.
Does the guy get out of the bar? What happens?
And that's definitely just a sales pitch for you to upgrade to no commercial.
You get YouTube Premium, bro.
That's what they do a lot of times is they interrupt it, and it's like, hey, you want to continue with your music? Yeah, well, maybe send us a couple dollars and we'll let you listen to
it. Don't you hate it when we interrupt the middle of your song?
Yeah. What's great is that Andy is making this complaint directly coming out of us leaving a free medium.
See, look what it does to him. It freezes him up all the time.
To our pay only after party.
Yep.
We have to finish Erickson's thoughts.
Erickson's got to be real careful not to do any Don Jr. faces because you freeze up. Like you could go. Like that's what's amazing about his face and his old man's faces. Like sometimes they get caught. Maybe like if you're just speaking or whatever. Maybe every once in a while your face just does that or whatever, but it's like it's like weird to be all glassy-eyed and your mouth open. Like, what are you saying at that point? You can't be saying anything mature. Baby, like, shit, man. I don't get how those guys get that much cocaine in their head and they don't do any fucking nosebleeds or none of it falls back out or like they are.
They're injecting it, dude. They're injecting it into their fucking arm.
Oh,
they're not snorting it.
Okay.
They're not like us, dude.
Cannibals.
They're not sneaking off to the fucking bathroom right before as they're being introduced.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll wait.
You got somebody with a little brush, or you have some blow in your mustache.
Yeah.
You brush that up.
All right, Dyson.
Go ahead.
A little Dyson.
Little blow stash.
Yeah.
God, look how fucking high he is, man. You would even want him on your podcast. Either of those two. Could you imagine trying to Zoom with those two heads in there? Like, Jesus, there she goes again. Yeah, look at that. That's how I want to be. That's that's all I want.
The same drugs they had, I guess. I could deal with that.
God, yeah, drugs are wasted.
Anybody on drugs.
Drugs are wasted on the wrong people, man.
Here,
look at that. They don't deserve them. They're not going to do anything fun. They're not going to have any laughs that aren't at the expense of some victim. Just like fuck it. I could like just what they do on a Wednesday would probably get me through a month. Like, because,
like a maintenance blow on a Wednesday.
Yeah, I hardly ever do that shit, but I would like, just the fucking, the purity of what they get, God damn it, they're all friends with the Russians. I mean, I get it. I was up near Alaska.
They got that oligarch blow.
Yeah.
This is America. We could have all become what they are if we just wanted to fucking have that drive. And
yeah.
Crazy That's women, hard drugs. Yeah, I could be Russian.
I think that Don Jr. and Kimberly are they're like that couple with the good blow that you meet at the show that they're like, oh shit, this is cool. They got fucking blow. And you go back to their room with them and then you start doing blow. And then it turns out that they're fucking freaky weirdos and they want to have some sort of gross fucking sex with you. And it's like, you're immediately, and then like, he won't shut up and he's sweating and he's still fucking talking all the time. And you immediately are looking at your watch and regretting every fucking second you've talked to these people. And you hate your addiction to cocaine and alcohol because that's why you're sitting in their fucking room. Yeah. And you stumble out of there and make it back to your room and then lay in your hotel bed with no covers on because you're fucking sweating and hating your life until your alarm is buzzing the next day.
You described Klamath Falls the night before I totaled my car. Yeah, fucking, and that was like it was the first night they did comedy in this room, and I wrote, "Thanks for making me your first on the picture. You know, like every time I signed a picture and wrote anything, I was like, God damn it, I hate this shit. I hate signing these things. And I wrote that. And then I met the fucking junior, and I met that couple, and they had coke, and he was the cuckold. She wanted to pick up another chick, and I just wanted to keep doing blow and hanging out. It was fine, whatever. But they're not like people. I was like, they live in Klamath Falls for one, so they're not going to be, good conversational.
You don't.
From the Indians.
You get meth and you cut it with fucking B12.
Many moons ago, the Indians found the cure for cocaine. It was stepped on meth. But they presented it as coke, and I think it was actually pretty good coke. And I was hanging out. We didn't pick up another chick, and then they didn't want me at their place. It seemed like, and they had this big giant stack of books, just all like, and I knocked them over, and then I left shortly after.
You did like a pratfall?
I didn't mean to, but I think they're organizing shit or whatever. But it's like when the party's over, and then you're like, and I was gagged out of my head.
Wait. So it's not like so what Andy is saying is that he knocked the pile of books over at the point in which it was already time to go, but that's not how it went down. No. What happened is he knocked the pile of books over. It's time to go.
This is basically like, this is that.
I'm waiting to hear the rest of the story when he knocked a pile of books over and then fell backwards into the stove and actually turned the stove on. And lit the fall on fire.
Yeah. And the bird cage lands on his head and he starts running around. His hands are burned. Toilet paper on his shoe.
He's walking like Frankenstein's monster.
Like that.
Yeah, so the party was over for me.
Clearly.
Well, that's the night, and then I was like fucking whacked out of my head. Couldn't get the snow chains on. Lost control.
Man,
well, the next morning, it was like I was working with Tree, so it was already weird. I was working with the guy Tree, Hills Have Eyes, and Klamath Falls. And the next morning, there was this big blizzard, like a huge snowstorm. Not maybe a blizzard, but enough. And then I had to drive to Eugene, and I couldn't get my snow chains on. I was still coke high, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go without it, And that was a bad decision. And then I slammed into that semi truck, and one thing led to another.
We've heard that story.
Yeah, so I'm backing up the truck. But yeah, the egregious company you get in sometimes, it's like that. Well, reading Running the Light is a reminder of those evenings of like, hanging out with people that ultimately are not the people you want to hang out with, but you're getting drugs and you're fucking feeding that.
Because Chad and I are sitting here with two veteran road comics. I don't know how far you're into the book, Chad. I'm biting my tongue not to talk.
Yeah, don't say anything.
No, I'm not going to, but I'm saying it's like, the book is so fucking right on that you guys are talking about things.
I know. I already know. I was going to say, I was going to say is I already feel like it's a thing where Chad goes, South Park already did this.
Yeah.
Like, I had all of these thoughts and all of these things happened before Sam Talent so eloquently put them down to paper. Like, he got it exactly right. I'm probably 2/3 of the way through it, and every page is like,
He's the first guy in BMX to do the backflip. Like anyone could have done it, but he was the first guy. Like that he put it on wax, dude. So he's the guy.
Well, yeah, he filmed it. He's the first one who proved he did it. You know.
Such a good book.
All right.
But I have to say that is what is so. Like, and Chad can appreciate this because he sees behind the scenes and he knows how a lot of this works, being on tour and stuff like that. It is so awesome to like see that and then to hear all the stories that I was.
I'm sorry to interrupt you again, Chad. It's also great for Doug and you too, and Chad as both like ancillary people in that scenario. In that for Doug moved past the Billy Ray Schaefer level of comedy. To the point where he's now like, yes, he accounted for all of the things that happen, and adjusted for them. Like, oh, shitty green room. Well, we'll just sit in the Suburban and have our rolling cocktail bar there because
problem solved.
we're not
Yeah.
problem solved.
Yeah.
So he has a definite heightened appreciation for what this book is about. But as a comic himself, he managed to pull himself out of that quicksand and fucking move on to another phase of his life. So, you know, that's also an interesting aspect to it. Like,
especially when you're sitting there drinking with the guy and Doug's shaving his head and I'm dyeing it white. You know, it's like, this is Billy Ray.
Yeah.
He's into these situations. It's fucking,
Yeah. Also kind of picture a Ron White that didn't get asked to do Blue Collar as a Billy Ray, you know, like, maybe. I'm only 2 chapters in, but Ron White jumps to mind a little.
I think I've mentioned this before, but when I was on tour with you guys, Shaylee, when we went through Colorado, Sam Talent was one of the guys that opened for Stanhope. And I distinctly remember his name because every other comedian, like everybody that was hanging out, really held him in a high regard. I remember that distinctly, you know, as being you know, have you met Sam Talent? You got to meet Sam. You know, it was. Was
that theater show?
That was the Oriental Theater in in Denver.
Whoa, brother. No. We don't say that. It's Korean Chinese or Vietnamese Chinese.
Oriental. The Oriental Theater. The Orientals.
I'm not going to tell you what was in our tacos.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So he was on that show. So I met Sam then.
Yeah, he opened, and then the guy who does a podcast, they have a podcast called Chubby Behemoth. And it's
Chubby Behemoth.
Behemoth.
You guys are going to make fun of me for not knowing how to say platonic. You can't say Behemoth and then just fucking let it go.
I wasn't going to let it go, Erickson. You just beat me to it.
All right, good.
Nathan Lund is another comic that is a buddy of his from way back. And they have a podcast.
I'm sure it's really good. I literally at this point now have no time for any other podcast but this one. Between fucking recording as many hours of it as we do and then listening back to it and then talking to Todd about editing it and then putting it out and then as soon as it's out dealing with that and then doing it again.
It's time to do another one.
Yeah, it is a fucking
freeze frame.
And then that.
And never getting your fucking internet fixed. It fucking sucks, man.
Look, dude, I thought I was going to be fucking snaking off Hennigan's internet, but this fucking Scottish ass cocksucker shut his off.
I know you don't want to go out and mix or whatever, but next time cops shoot somebody in your neighborhood and there's looting, you run out and you steal a little internet. You know?
I don't know if that's exactly how it works.
Always run with a sack.
You kick in and then you run and grab somebody's internet cable and you take the fuck off and then you bring it up there to Hennigan.
But you just got it. You're pulling it behind you and it just is longer and longer and longer, like a fucking Bugs Bunny cartoon. You get almost to Hennigan's apartment and it all of a sudden pulls tight, pulls you off your feet.
Half of me thinks Andy really thinks that's the way the internet works. There's a part of me that wants me to believe that he has that kind of wide-eyed, like a Wizard of Oz imagination.
It's like they're like butterflies. They float around, and if you grab an internet with a net, then you put it in
the right kind of net.
I prefer that. Actually isn't that bad of an analogy. It is kind of like butterflies fucking floating around. Sometimes they're near you and you can grab a hold of them, and sometimes there ain't no butterflies around.
Yeah, you're fucked.
And you call them and you complain to the butterfly fucking arboretum or whatever the fuck it is.
Arboretum. Arboretum.
I knew it.
You know you can't smoke weed in those places?
Yeah, the three of us know that.
You can't. They don't want the butterflies affected by your smoke.
If we're going to talk about how great it is when butterflies appear, we also have to acknowledge, you know those days when you're driving and just butterfly after butterfly seems to fly in front of you? Oh, just hit another butterfly. I've hit 13 butterflies in the last 2 miles. Seems like a bad omen sometimes.
Well, you just gotta go. It was probably a moth.
Yeah. Well, I always just tell myself it's only because there's so many.
That's what racism. That's what racism is.
We're in the corridor.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that you're in the monarch corridor.
If there was only some way to track these butterflies, there's some way that we knew when they were coming through.
Get a butterfly dial.
You shut down the highways.
All you need is some concrete and lighter fluid, and you can take care of this entire butterfly problem.
Can't wait to utilize the space after I get rid of the bees. It's got a nice concrete entryway. Creosote slabs.
Another Airbnb opportunity.
Yeah.
A little man cave out there.
Airbnb Hornet.
Airbnb. Fuck off.
Hey, I didn't mean to discourage a guy from sending donations completely. Guy, if you're listening. Well, no, I mean, like I said, guy should save his money in case he's going on any trips or anything. But,
No, Andy's out of weed.
Huh? You're out of weed?
No, I said now you're out of weed, huh?
Look at all this shit behind me, man. I'm farming this shit. I got integrity behind me.
It does look pretty good, Andy.
Yeah, the Gary Busey strain's coming along nice.
I didn't even notice that till you said that, but that looks nice back there.
Yeah.
How far away are you from harvesting?
Probably a month.
I don't know the first thing about it.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, I figure I'm going to be kind of up against when I go on a trip later this fall.
The Branson trip, the Yak-Off trip.
Yeah, the Yak-Off joke-off. Come up with 100 patriotic jokes and then beat up all these great 80. It's like a comedy fantasy camp. I know I'm not one of them 80s stars, but I'm going to fucking Bob Saget.
Is this for real? I don't know what's going on.
So what you're saying, Andy, is you're not one of the New York Yankees, but you're going to get to toss some fucking curveballs at Joe DiMaggio over the weekend to make yourself feel like you were one of them.
Yeah,
that's
me and
great,
Joe
dude.
Torre are going to hang out.
You mean the Bat Boy and you're going to hang out and he's going to get you weed.
Yeah.
Did you ever work with? I almost worked with Gabe Kaplan, and I was very excited about that week coming up. And then Gabe canceled last minute because he had
probably a
tournament.
poker
Poker tournament. Yeah. And then JJ Walker did a club the week before, but that's
Isn't it always funny when you start out in comedy, you think it's like the greatest thing in the world, and why would you ever not do a comedy show? And then later you realize like Gabe Kaplan is like, I'm not.
Damn it! There he goes again.
Always when he's talking, it's so weird.
Oh really? It only cut out again. All right, I'll just be quiet for the rest of this.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. It's just kind of sucks.
But. Yeah, fucking Kaplan, man.
I mean,
he was a regular at Harvey's Comedy Club, and I know his act would have been fucking tedious to get through, but I was so excited about that week and bummed, man. I never got to work with the great Gabe Kaplan.
He never got to work with you, Andy.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, he's probably a real good
that's
get
him.
for Harvey's because they had that phone bank room with all those people like, you just won appetizers. You've been selected as a winner. And they would get all these people in. It's like, and guess who's going to be? Gabe Kaplan from Welcome Back, Kotter.
Yeah, my mom got 1 tickets there. She came to see me once, which is fucking disastrous. But she came to see me, and then the next week or a couple weeks later, she called up and said, I won tickets to go back there, but I don't know if I can get 8 or 10 people to show up with me. Yeah, okay, relax, Mom. She goes, I've never really won anything. And I'm like, yeah.
You still haven't. You were just next on the list.
Your streak is intact.
The streak continues, yeah.
Yeah, that was every time you went to Harvey's Comedy Club, you won. It was like you never had to buy tickets ever again.
I still get an email from the Des Moines Funny Bone telling me I've won 10 tickets to the Sunday night show.
Oh, cool. Who's performing? That'd be great.
Doesn't matter. Gabe Kaplan.
Oh, great.
Does it? Who is the guy who is just to the left of Welcome Back, Kotter? Because when Shanley was covering half of his face, I thought it was Jeff Ross.
It looks like Jeff Ross after,
and I was like, wait, that's not Jeff Ross.
That's him in all those pictures.
Yeah, this is what poker does to you.
Well, then age, you know.
Looks, they're all Gabe Cap.
Yeah. The answer is all of the above.
Is it? Oh, it is.
But you know, most people show up to the comedy club hoping they'll see the guy with the bow tie there, and then they see the one that's behind Shaylee's head, and he ain't nearly, you know. I don't know.
If I would have only looked at the guy to the right of him, I would have realized that they're all the same guy. But I only looked at that one guy.
Fixated.
He was not funny at all on the show, even.
Like, yeah, he was.
Wasn't really?
Yeah.
I thought he was not funny at all.
He told a joke at the end of the night.
But he did unfunny jokes. He did corny jokes. Yeah. He was basically your Ralph Malph of the Welcome Back, Kotter. He was the anti-funny.
Yes, but it was, but the whole show was built around his character and his persona. It's like saying Jerry Seinfeld wasn't funny on Seinfeld. It's like he created a world in which everyone around him was funny. That was
that's true. So it was an ensemble, and fucking Freddie Boom Boom Washington.
Yeah.
That my favorite episode ever was when he was on drugs. Who was on drugs? It was and they all tried to show him that being on drugs was bad. I think Boom Boom was doing drugs to play hoops, and then all the other guys acted like they were on drugs. And John Travolta came in and he's like, "Give me drugs, give me drugs."
And a young Andy Andrus saw that and has copied it and done it 1,000 times.
That's the only thing he took away from it.
That's the greatest impression I've ever seen, too. That's fucking fantastic.
Give me drugs.
Hey, give me drugs.
Hey, up your nose with the rubber hose. Give me drugs.
Give me drugs. Yeah,
and he doesn't even know that was a catchphrase.
Yeah.
He just thought it was "Give me drugs."
Hey, give me drugs.
Give me drugs. Well, it took me a minute to actually go. I thought that when I first,
shit. Here's the actual picture of that scene. Hold on.
Oh, no. Did you just Google search, "Hey, give me drugs"? Fuck, I love you, Shaylee.
Yeah.
And you're going to fucking love it. Look who's in the shot with him.
Carvelli?
Hold on.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
I'm still impressed with the speed that you can do this. I tried to do it once before. I tried to look up something relevant and post it up. I couldn't do it. We were
Here's
so
a little
far
tidbit, and
relevant.
I may be wrong on it. I may be wrong on this, but wasn't Carvelli the fucking Who Framed Roger Rabbit voice?
Yeah, look. That's the drug dealer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Carvelli.
Give me drugs. Give me drugs.
That's not Yeah, that's
whatever. It's fuck. What's his name?
Charles Fleischer.
Fleischer. Yeah, he does the Roger Rabbit.
Charles Fleischer.
Yeah, because he didn't really do a second one of that.
He was a big-time Comedy Store comedian.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah. And terrible hack. Everyone made fun of him constantly because of the hackiness of his act, but he made a ton of money by being Roger Rabbit.
Is he still around?
I don't know. Well, the Comedy Store's closed, so he hasn't been around there for a while.
Well, yeah. Is the comedy store gonna? Do they have?
Listen. There's a lot of things happening by the fact that there's nothing happening, but nothing that I want to talk about on an episode of even on the Patreon.
Just the fact that Inman was going to perform there, to me that's
literally may never open again. That may be the James. The most famous comedy club in the world may never open its doors again to comedy because of James Allen.
And that's the way it has to go down. It has to be remembered that James Inman ruined comedy in Hollywood.
Here's what I don't understand is why was he so selfish? Why did he have to ruin it for everybody when he could have just like, it's like, hey man, they don't want you to perform here. But
He
no,
wanted
he
it all.
insists. And then, yeah, COVID, China, the whole.
Give me drugs.
Yeah.
Give me drugs.
Well,
Give me
a lot
drugs.
of people think it's drastic of the Comedy Store and the Comedy Store family to shut down the entire operation as a result of James Inman being booked to perform there. But I feel it's a lot like Harry Truman dropping not one but two nuclear bombs on Japan. I mean, sure, there's a lot of collateral damage there, but you saved a ground invasion,
Yeah,
and I feel like still to this day it was the right thing to do.
yeah.
I
Inman killed
I thought
comedy.
it was the. I thought it was the 1-2 punch bomb where Inman gets booked at the Comedy Store, and then it shuts down, and then Joe Rogan moves out of state. It's the second bomb that gets dropped.
Yeah. Well, that's part of it.
Yeah.
He was smart enough to swim away from the wreckage.
Yeah.
Swim away from the wreckage.
Here's what I hope.
That is very appropriate, I think.
15 years.
He had enough money. Joe had enough money to hop into a little schooner and fucking aim the front of his boat away from the fucking flaming husk of a fucking ship that was sinking in the bay. So good for him.
20 years from now, a fucking one-eyed James Inman is launched over the gates of L.A. prison to find the president whose helicopter crashed in L.A. And Inman, while he's there, he goes up and gets on the stage at the Comedy Store and bombs. Okay, it's not a complete screenplay yet. But...
Snake Inman.
Snake Inman. I remember him calling up and then, don't you want to perform at the Comedy Store? And I was like, I have before. It didn't go well. He's like, no, it really meant something. Like, he was Larry, he wanted to fucking do a fucking, this was it. It was like all he wanted. He was the retarded kid who wanted to run for a touchdown in the varsity football game. And
absolutely correct.
And then they decide to let him do it, and then the field collapses. It goes, the field's in a sink.
I was gonna say, and then they decided that football caused CTE and there should be no high school football anymore. But he still wanted to run across the grass.
Yeah, so they let him, and then he fell into his sinkhole. When this all started, I thought about, it's like comedy, and basically comedy, like an audience, or comedy is like that pie eating contest. Was it Stand By Me, or
Yeah.
And
it's like
throwing up.
You're the comic, you're eating the pie, and then you puke into the audience, and then they all puke in each other's faces. That's basically what goes on in the comedy audience. Germ-wise, it's not fucking pie, but basically you're killing everybody.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's why I come home from the road and I'm all sick or whatever. It's because I made people laugh and they presented the flu back to me. Like, oh, that's so funny. Why don't I laugh in your direction? And now you have the flu.
Andy Andrist, I've done many, many shows with you, and when the shows are over and you're sick, it's not because the audience laughed too much. I mean, listen, there are a lot of really great and hilarious reasons why you are sick, and that's why we have this podcast. But it isn't because, in fact, it's because the audience didn't laugh enough that this podcast even exists for both of us.
Yeah, I'm like the Cheesecake Factory. I give people a big serving, and they can't really digest most of it at that time. So they get a to-go box. And sometimes they'll eat it a day or two later, and a lot of times they'll just throw it away or feed it to the dog. And I thought about giving people smaller portions that they could understand. But fuck,
No, we have all advised you to give them smaller portions that they could understand, and you have said that's a great idea. That's a great idea. I'll do it right now. No.
Yeah.
They even changed the order a couple nights to accommodate better portions.
Well, I think I came up with a winning strategy right before the helicopter veered into the field.
Vic Morrow goes, I'll go greet the helicopter.
Yeah.
And he's bringing it around.
Finally figured out where that horizon was until it wasn't. And boom. But it's like right before the crash, I was like, I got this now. Like,
this is going great.
Yes, it took intervention from Stanhope and Provenza to get me to do a decent set.
Let's not forget the genius.
A lot of people played major roles.
Yep. Yeah, it was a whole team effort. A lot of people blame
I'm excited to see
for not getting me coke earlier.
Village.
Yeah. Hey man, Chad, how come you were making him wait for the coke? It's like, well, dramatic. Got to make it dramatic.
Peer pressure.
Yeah.
I didn't give you coke.
You want to let the audience see what the default setting is.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to fail and have and have no scapegoats. Like, well, no, I was trying to do a sober show, and it's like, I thought the key to that show was going to be sobriety, and then Chad tempted me with the devil.
The key to that show was in Chad's pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Keep him.
No, it wasn't about the drugs; it was about the freedom.
They're not scared of you, man. They're scared of what you represent.
Yeah, don't let the drugs work against you. Get them on your back and let them fucking run the finish line with you.
Right. I don't do drugs. I let the drugs do me.
You don't do drugs willy-nilly. You got to do them medicinally.
Yeah, you got a monkey on your back. Let it smoke a little of that crack. You'll have a dancing to your organ music by Monday. Woo. Hey, monkey on the back. You want to do some side gigs? Let's head down to the boardwalk. We got stop at the Goodwill. See if I can get me an organ.
Andy's got a monkey on his back. He's got to do in 3 shows an afternoon.
Yeah. When we can, we put him as a host, but he's pretty good middle. He's pretty good middle.
Oh, fuck.
I have seen those. Santa Cruz, I've run across a monkey doing that and tugged on my sock, and it is like you know when you see
in the midst of a monkey, that is just too much.
Yeah. I mean, when I'm around
monkey money,
I always find monkeys, to be way more interesting than anything else going on around that.
And he's looking at the monkey going, God, that guy's got the gig, man. Look at this.
Yeah, here's a sweet gig in DC. I was at a zoo, and some apes went by. I forget I think the big like Clyde from the Clint Eastwood movies.
Orangutan.
Yeah, orangutans had a walk rope, but they could walk over people.
Yeah.
Walk across, and then one of them took a shit on people. I was like, this is exactly what I'm here for.
Hold on a second, Andy. They went from one enclosure to the other, and they had like a rope bridge.
They walk across them and shit.
So it was open air. It was like chain link.
It could walk across an area where people were walking under it, and one of them.
But there was no covering.
That just sounds like a design flaw.
That's someone who's never built one of those.
I think they hope that the monkeys will keep moving.
Engineer.
But monkeys shit. Everyone knows that.
That's
the internet is filled with it.
That's why I was like, real happy about it. But like, people aren't. But like, that is the best case scenario as far as I'm concerned. To be at a zoo and to have a monkey. Like you don't get to see that in documentary or whatever. It's like they throw it down or whatever, or they just shat on, and it's that's it. That's you don't go to a Gallagher show and not expect to get a little applesauce on yourself, you know?
Applesauce.
Well, you hit an apple with a sledgehammer. What do you get, yo?
Yeah.
You
No,
don't
I
get
get- I got
apple.
I'm gonna be quiet.
I'll bet Gallagher had some apple cider jokes. Don't you think? Look at that. Oh man. Yeah, Erickson, you need to just get internet that doesn't freeze up awkwardly. Yeah.
Is that a package?
Yeah.
Get internet
Oh, man,
that
orangutans are the
freezes up
best,
less
right?
awkwardly.
Like if you put a hat on that orangutan right there, there ain't much. And I'm not. This isn't racist at all. But you put a fucking hat on that guy, he looks like a white dude working at a fucking Walmart. You know, fucking dumb face, all fucking sunken, fucking defeated features. Yeah, it looks just like a white man. You put a T-shirt on that guy. No, I don't know. I think fucking dumb white guys look like apes. Don't you? That
Yes.
looks like I know that forehead and everything. I don't know. You can't say that though. People go, "Oh man, that's racist."
You can say it, Andy. I'm one of them. You can say it. Look at me right
so
here.
what you're saying is that
ape.
orangutan needs a Vietnam veteran T-shirt.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
He's got that kind of look. He's got that PTSD kind of look to him.
I want to get on the road. I want to ape, and I want to, I want to do that Clint Eastwood thing. Like just fucking travel. I don't want to get in fights or anything, but travel around with an ape.
Loose?
Yeah, do something where the ape's involved that I can get betting, but I don't want to get punched in the face a lot.
I would say that, with all due respect,
I would agree.
Yes. A salient point. Thank you so much for finally saying what hasn't been said, Erickson.
So profound, Shaley.
Waiting all night for that.
Yep.
Damn it.
that
you're the retarded kid. We gave you the football, and then you're in the end zone. You just don't know how you got there. Like you don't have any memory, which was the point of the whole thing. There's no memory of you scoring the touchdown, but you're like, ooh, no celebration, tardy. You just cost the team 15 yards. You can't spike the ball there, fella. I don't care how downs you are. Yep. Thoughtful Erickson there.
I'm afraid to talk anymore.
Shit.
No, I'm sitting here now.
You wasn't frozen. You don't scare us like that,
startled
man.
all of us.
Yeah. Now I'm just watching the rest of it.
You just scared the shit out of us, Wax Museum. You blink and just touch me.
So real.
You blink and right touch me. Oh, that's fucking funny.
Cheers.
Oh shit. Oh, this has been a fucking hilarious episode, you guys.
I'm drinking this Deschutes light beer, and they're going down smoothly. 100 calories per beer. Fuck yeah.
I got you beat by 4 calories, my friend. Back to quiet.
That came through.
He was frozen. He tried to play it off like he was being still, but yeah, your shot keeps jumping, Erickson. You move from one spot to the other. It's very funny because you're trying not to. It's so bad. You live in LA. How do you have bad internet?
Dude, I'm a fucking apartment away from my apartment.
Well, that's on you then.
Well, so we fucking recorded
we stopped one podcast and went on to the next one. And you stayed in an area that had bad internet.
Yeah, if you were a hornet, that would be the apartment I would try to burn you out of.
You'd be cementing your head right now.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you would have set fire to the roof.
Yeah.
To improve the internet.
Yeah, actually,
I'll do the rest of them from downstairs.
Well, if you got internet down there, that's important.
Get a really long Ethernet cable.
You know what you could do is find one of them hotels that rent it by the hour and get you some internet.
And some peace and quiet.
Yeah.
And crabs.
Get you some internet.
Well, I've already got crabs, so that's not even an issue.
Yeah, you can give some away.
Let's all take a moment and reflect. I need, next time I'm gonna do a bucket of beers. That's how I gotta enter. I run out of alcohol, and that's unacceptable. I'm figuring out where the sun is. I'm getting it. I'm gonna
At this point,
Galileo over here.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get up in the morning, and then when I first see the sun, I'm gonna make a little notation.
Make a mark on the ground or something.
It's like chalk or something, and then I'm gonna just like 5 o'clock the sun's here, 1 o'clock the sun's here, and then I'll try to figure it out, and then I'll have
chalk's a good idea, Andy, because you can erase it every night to redo it the next day.
Yeah, and then I'll just change the angle of the table. Like, okay, this is actually, I'm kind of surprised that I'm still in light here, because this is a very dark little corner.
The Patreon always has you in the golden light. The light photographers like to photograph. It's that golden hour of the setting sun, and then now I don't know what you're using for light now, but it's a very rich, warm light.
All I got is two bug lights.
Light? Oh,
two mosquito lights.
Yeah.
Computer light is probably helping.
Yeah, that's definitely helping.
It might be wisdom. It might be everything's kind of come together. Age, wisdom, and the proper amount of drugs.
The internet shamed Erickson. He left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and people wonder why about Brian Hennigan as a person. Well, and like he didn't take any personal effects out of that apartment. That's how he lived. That's it. Like, that's that's how he.
Well,
nothing.
He still goes there.
Yeah. Hennigan lives like a guy who's in the CIA. Like, you don't want to, the milk's always over expired. Hennigan comes in there shirtless in his empty apartment, and he'll read the mail that's dropped in there, and then he'll drink an expired milk and spit it out in the sink.
Pour it out in chunks.
Just remarking at how fucking unspectacularly decorated.
He doesn't have headphones on. He can't hear you.
The Hennigan decoratives. Hey, he's back. Is he? Is he back? Hey.
I'm here.
We didn't mean to chastise you for your internet.
No, I don't care about being chastised. It doesn't matter to me. I get it.
Is there any?
I just went to get another beer and take a piss.
Is the Hennigan place? I was just saying it's like a private detective or something.
Not the Hennigan. This isn't the Hennigan place. This is the studio, upstairs studio.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Whose apartment is that? It's empty.
Why don't you mind your own beeswax, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's like is it like Todd in El Camino? You killed the cleaning lady because you found your stash of Molly. He's out again. Hey, a little outside. Red Erickson, foul ball on that one. Looks like we lost Red Erickson.
If you guys listen, here's the deal. If you
he froze right when you said, "Hey, listen." You had a Trump Jr. face.
You gotta stop asking me questions.
Okay.
Now we have to. You're the scratch we have to itch.
Okay, Brett. What do you think they need to do before they open the schools back up? We'll take this off air.
We have to.
Well, no, he's fucking with us there.
Yeah. Andy, it took you that long to figure that out.
Yeah, I'm a little slow on shit. I'm naive, I guess. I didn't know what a golden shower was until I was in one. What is this? Okay, I get it.
That's fucking naive, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't want to complain.
When I was decent looking as a younger comedian, I'd get invited to people's hot tubs a lot, and I didn't know they were all swingers. It starts not happening eventually. you get a little older, their hot tubs get a little less, seedy. Maybe you don't get that invite anymore. I'm trying to find weed. It's all in the dark here. I'm in the dark.
Try to light some hash.
Yep. Hash light.
I'm out of booze.
Oh, sounds like we're almost out of fucking time.
Let's wrap it up.
I'm trying to.
Go find some booze.
We have no booze down here.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
we got wrap it up then. You want to wrap it up? I'm afraid to talk, so you guys have to let me know if I'm even coming through. I talk, and then you guys, and like I start talking, and then you guys all stare at me, and I don't know if you can hear me or not. It's the weirdest position for me to be in. I don't know if I should speak or I should be quiet. I'll just be quiet. This could go on for fucking hours. No one will end it. I don't know. I'm completely.
I love this.
Fucking lost of what to do.
Well, when you freeze up again, we'll rename the show "Issues with Erickson." Holy shit! This is like week 2. No, I mean I get it. I understand your agony. It's Inman zooming in, or it's frustrating. It's like it's the worst. I stopped panicking about it and carrying on, but it does fucking there was a couple episodes of this where I was fucking throwing shit out.
Andy, we're well aware of your apathy towards technology. You don't need to put a fine point on it.
If apathy or if technology walked up to me and I'd just go, hey, fuck you, and punch it in the face. Like that's how I would treat it. Fuck you, technology. Directions. Fucking common sense. Fuck you.
But it would dodge your punch, and you would fall down and put your hands right on the hot stove, and then go running. And the bird cage would fall onto your head, and then you'd knock over the books.
Yeah.
And they'd have you.
Well, it was like that bee fire this morning. It's like I didn't want to fall. I don't want to fall down. I wanted to burn the right spot, and I should have had a longer hose, and all these things I could have troubleshot, backed up. It's like, woo, let me rewind the tape here so I don't fall in the briars and get stung in the face later. And, I don't know. Maybe that's the sort of shit you don't want to do, because then you don't do the dumb shit that sort of makes things life worth it. Not living. It just is life. Getting stung in the eyeball when you're just looking down there. I was like not fucking with them then. They should have been cool about it. But, it's like, well, yeah, we all experienced the fire. Relax. Stung me in the fucking eye, and then that's my day, I'm gonna go lay down now. Failed. Tomorrow I'm gonna burn. I'm not gonna go sparingly on the lighter fluid tomorrow. Now that I know where they are, I'm gonna light that fucking thing up. I want to feel the warmth from the ground that I'm standing on above. I'm gonna heat up the driveway.
Andy, there's a cement cap. How could you not know where they're at? Is this a different nest?
No, it's a long. I didn't mark it. I should have marked it, but
with cement.
Well, I threw cement in a big area, but it's just like one. They're going. They're in one specific little area, and I lit the fire up above it, so it did nothing. They were probably like fucking.
Well, it pissed them off. I wouldn't say it did nothing.
I think they know that's why they got stung in the eye. Because I was like, they know I mean them some harm, and I do. Done with them, fucking pricks.
We'll see who wins.
Faggots, dirty little faggots. Yeah.
There you go.
That's a good closer.
Probably in their dance club, fucking tonight, just eating
it's
Molly.
Not the name of the
podcast.
Yeah. We're bumping truths once again.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. You're fine.
All right, good.
Yeah, you're doing great now.
Oh, perfect.
You just
don't
need
try to be
practice.
funny. That seems to be when it
comes
Don't worry.
Funny,
right when you reach a crescendo in a story, it just fucking hammers you flat.
Story of my fucking life.
How do you think that stuttering kid felt doing that Joe Biden speech? I like the equivalent that Trump had is that kid who stared at the Indian. Did you hear
like he was somehow maligned by the media.
Yeah, like I knew that
dick.
Martyr.
I knew that kid didn't have anything to say other than what I knew he'd say, and that's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
he had nothing.
He spoke at the convention.
Your tweet was good, Erickson. Exploited.
Yeah.
You fell for it. Now
no
they're
word for what
exploiting
you're.
you.
Yeah. Enjoy it. Look, you'll
they-
make money
they
on it, son.
understand me.
You're gonna
They
make money.
understand
You hit the
me.
fucking lottery. He hit the lottery.
that's
The rest
good
of the
money.
kids in that class are just as fucked as him, but none of them are making money because they weren't the ones who stood in front of the Indian. So,
Well,
congratulations, Nicholas Sandman. You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, Nicholas Sandman, you're a good-looking boy. Use some of that money to get them teeth closer together.
Now he's a gap-toothed kid like Letterman. He's gonna have a fucking.
He has gaps on. He has gaps on all sides. Like I was watching him speak, thinking, I wonder how he does a beverage.
Carefully.
He has to tilt his head back when sipping any beverages that just roll right back out.
All right.
Here's a picture. Here's a picture of Nicholas Salmon.
Oh my God! There it is.
Yeah, there he is.
That was quick.
Yeah. Dirty ape.
All right, you guys.
I'm fading. I'm gonna
love
fade.
all you guys. Thanks for being out there. That's it. I don't know what else to say going out, and I'm probably gonna freeze up and have it all.
Can anyone hear Erickson? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not falling for that, Shaylee. Fuck you.
I'm not getting any of that.
I'll be in the downstairs studio next time, and we'll just deal with it. We love you guys. Thanks for being out there. And is there anything else you guys want to say on the way out? You guys are all good? All right. You guys know it. All right. We'll see you next time then. Love you. Thanks for being there. Later.
Good night.